Hey everybody, this is John Desitel with Desitel and Associates Real Estate. And today I wanted to start a new video series, kind of an educational video series for our folks up north or out west contemplating purchasing a property in this crazy real estate market that we find ourselves in. And I'm not a cocky real estate guy that claims to have all the answers and be all and end all. And I've been doing this for a lot of you guys that know 33 years, and there's so many of us out there in the real estate industry that there's so many books that have been written and so many real estate professionals out there. And I know we all have our own opinions, and there's entire stacks of real estate books at the library, and everywhere you point and click online you're getting opinions and this and that and the other. But I wanted to just kind of share with you guys some tips in this video series that I'm going to make on things that I think hold true no matter where your opinion is on the market. And I'm going to try to pick some topics that are not being covered, that are kind of maybe things that are, once you think about them, wow, that really makes sense, John, and why aren't people talking about that? So I'm going to every one of these videos I make, I'm going to kind of have a catchy, little phrase, and I'm going to label them, post them onto YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, so they're easy to find, and you guys can either say, my God, these are stupid as God knows what, or wow, thank you very much. So this first video is titled, is it better to buy a property with really low interest rates in a sky-high price point market, or is it better to wait and buy properties with sky-high rates when the prices fall on in the market? I've always said that there's an equilibrium in all markets. So, what do I mean by that? Whether it's real estate, commodities, automobiles, we always have kind of an equilibrium. When we get overheated markets like we've had from 2016 to late part of 2021, early 2022, the Fed lowered the rates too much. We can blame it on political administrations. We can say it's a Trump thing, it's a Biden thing, it's a Fed thing. Doesn't really matter. It's not a political thing. I don't want to get into that. Rates got too cheap. We had money that was damn near zero. It was really cocaine fuel for the market. Everybody said, let's go party like it's no tomorrow. And so consumers spent. We all kind of went and said, hell yeah, this money's cheap, let's go party. And if we had money, if we had the ability to borrow, we borrowed like crazy. Well, when we all borrow, when we spend, guess what happens to prices? Prices go up. It's basic economics. When I was in college, I did pretty well in economics. And when there's more people buying an object or a service, prices go up. So the prices went up and things got out of hand. And I think a lot of you would agree that a tract home in any town USA just wasn't worth $600,000. And if you have one of those, and hell, our own home, I'm like, come on, really? It just didn't feel right. So now those prices got so high that hell, nobody could afford their own house. Most of us could not. I couldn't afford my own house. Shit. If I had to go buy our own house, I'm here in Douglas County, Colorado today. Beautiful home. I love it. I couldn't begin to buy this damn house tomorrow. So, point number 2. So these rates were too cheap. Prices went up too high. Now the Fed says, oh shit, we got a problem. Inflation, groceries, cars, gas, whatever. We got to get that inflation under control. So the Fed starts raising rates. Another class, another day, Fed raising rates doesn't directly affect mortgage rates the way we think. Indirectly, of course, it does. It directly does, but indirectly. But anyways, so now these mortgage rates start to come up. And as the mortgage rates come up, demand drops. Why? Well, it's simple. You guys are all sitting there saying, well, duh, John, because we can't afford to buy a $600,000 damn tract home if the rates went from 3.5% to 7% in 1 year. Hell, most of us couldn't afford to buy a $600,000 tract home at 3.5%, especially for my Floridian clients, locals, with the lovely Publix family paying us $12 an hour. Sorry, Publix, but you guys don't pay shit to your employees. If you're watching them, screw you. So now what's happening is demand drops. No, you guys are like, all right, John, where are you going with this? You're going squirrel yet again. So I'm going somewhere very important with this, guys. Demand drops. Well, guess what happens when demand drops? Again, we all say, well, duh, demand drops, prices drop. Yes. So back to what I started this video with. Is it better to buy a home with low rates and high prices or low prices and high rates? I actually think it's better to buy homes with sky-high fucking rates and low prices. Pardon my mouth, I got potty mouth. Sorry, you guys are, tune me out, redacted. Why, you say? 2 reasons. If you bought a house, let's say in 1980 with 18% money and a dirt cheap price, let's say you paid $43,000 for some beautiful crib, 18%. Guess what, guys? You can work your ass off, get 3 jobs, wait tables, scrub floors, whatever the hell we all do. You can work your ass off and you pay cash for that house with that high rate. You're paying the rate, you're paying, oh my God, the payment's really high. But you still only owe a few dollars on that house, right? You don't owe XYZ Bank a shit ton of money that you're going to have to sell a kidney for the rest of God's green earth, because the price on that house is still really cheap, right? So you work your ass off for a few years, pinch your pennies, you pay that house off and it's yours. You don't owe the bank. Bank's not going to come and foreclose on your house, kick you in the streets, you're living underneath a bridge. Fuck you, bank. Right? But if you've got that $600,000 house, even if it's dirt cheap money, you're pawning your kidneys for the next 30 years. Even if your payment's low. And hey, look guys, I got one of those low payments, lovely house, a lot of equity, yada yada, but I'm pawning my kidneys. Very hard to pay that house off. Point number 2. If you're sky high rate and you can't pay it off even that cheap balance because you're back to working for that Publix family or some other employer that doesn't pay you shit, guess what? When the rates come down, they always do. Because guess what? The Fed always fucks up and the Fed always undercorrects or overcorrects. The Fed gave us cheap money for too long because they didn't realize they were overheating the economy. They never do. They always are late to the party, guys. They're always late. And guess what? Now the Fed is overcorrecting by raising rates too much. Oh, we got to slow the economy down. We got to slow it down. We got to slow it down. They've already slowed the economy down, but they don't realize it yet. Lawrence Young, chief economist, blah, blah, blah. He's out there now. Oh my goodness. Homes are still selling like crazy. No, they're not. But he's late to the party himself. He didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. So guess what's going to happen? Now, they're going to crash the real estate market. So the Fed's going to overcorrect by raising rates too much. So guess what's going to happen? Soon, another year and a half, the Fed's going to have to turn around and nosedive the rates again. Now, some people say, John, you're wrong. Rates are going to stay high forever. Might. Cheap money, these 0% rates, guys, I agree. I don't think that historically is going to happen. We got to get used to the fact that was not normal historically. 0% rates historically are not normal. We got used to something that going back 300-400 years in time, that's just not fucking normal. We got used to something that wasn't normal. However, because look at, by the way, savers to loan money, you have to have people investing money, and people investing money want a rate of return on their money. But people that need to refinance those loans, if you're paying a really high rate on that cheap money, the small amount of money you owe, when the rates come down, you can refinance. I know it's hard to pay that payment, but if you're paying a payment on a smaller dollar figure, when the price of the home comes back down, 6.5 dozen of the other. So my point in this little video is, if you can hold out right now, I'm one of the crazy real estate guys out there, and I need to make commission. I need to sell properties. Don't buy now. Wait for it. Let the prices come back down a little longer. I made a prediction April 28th, something like that on YouTube. We need about 18 months to get from peak to trough. Let's hit trough. Let's let the prices come down. Let the rates go up. Then let's go in a buying frenzy. But in my opinion, this video, real quick to the point, let's buy cheap property, expensive rates, and then let's either pay those properties off if we're cash rich, making a ton of money, great, or let's refinance those properties once those rates come back down and we owe just a pinch. Again, let's let all those other silly people go out there and pay too much money. I'm going to come back and make about 50 more of these videos. Hope you guys are having a great time wherever you're at. Love you guys. From Douglas County, Colorado. I'm sitting here enjoying my wonderful dry air, taking a break from my lovely humid Florida air. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll be back here shortly with video number 2. Bye, guys.